with what's going on in the Middle East. Israel is an ally of the United States, and they are being squeezed from all sides. And we must stand with Israel to protect that democracy and their way of life, their government. And we have to be very careful as we move forward and to try to keep them from gaining access to weapons that they could use against us. They have made mention more times than not that they would use them against Israel and us if they could. And we have to be careful. We have to have a stern, strong hand. We have to have leadership that is stern and strong, that's going to stand up and say, you're not going to push us around. And that's what we've got to have in Congress.
If I could just follow up on one more international question in the Middle East. And what about the timeline for the removal of troops from Afghanistan and Iraq?
You know, with meeting with the generals, we talk about Afghanistan and the complicated situation that we're in over there. We must listen to the generals on the ground. We have played politics, and we here at home try to decide what's best for what's happening there. If General Petraeus asks for more troops, then we give him more troops. We need clear-cut objectives over there to do our job. And then we need to come home. But we need to let that be based on what is happening on the ground and not trying to make those decisions many, many miles away. And again, it is a very delicate situation. And we're going to have a stern, strong hand again. But we need to listen to the generals on the ground, clear-cut objectives, and do what's right and come home.
All right, thank you for your patience with us as we have entertained questions that had been submitted previously. We open the floor now to hear your questions and want to know what you are interested in asking.
Mr. Fincher, probably the most controversial issue facing your campaign concerns a $250,000 loan that you received. Can you just put this to rest by telling us, disclosing the assets and debts and terms of that loan and any kind of documentation related to that loan?
Thank you so much. I'll explain the loan, disclosure statement, tax returns, all in this answer. In the primary, I made my campaign $250,000 loan. My opponent also loaned himself $250,000 earlier in the campaign. The FEC said the loan's okay. My bank said it's okay. I say it's okay. The bank's lawyer said it's okay. The loan is fine. Everything's legal. 2, the disclosure form. My opponent knows that personal assets, your home, your personal vehicles, are exempted. Other personal small accounts are exempted from that disclosure statement. My opponent also knows that business liabilities are also exempted from that disclosure statement. 3rd, now it's tax returns. I have run a successful business for a long time, since I was 17, 18 years old. I have paid my taxes on time every year. You know, I told, I think Mary Ann, are you here somewhere? All the way back. All the way to the back. I told Mary Ann the other day in an interview that some years as a farmer, we make a little, and some years we do better than that. My profit, my income goes up and down. It fluctuates a lot. But we've done nothing wrong. You know, we have tried to focus on the issues here. You know, my opponent has not released his tax returns in 24 years. And now all of a sudden, he is concerned about releasing tax returns and calling me a felon on TV. I want to read you a quote out of a book. Did anybody get this book? This is a quote that came from a book that my opponent actually sent me as well.